Hello, this is H.G. Bailey, and welcome to the finale of Let's Play Golden Sun, The Lost Age. Since last time, I made my way back to Mars Lighthouse here, and arranged my party as I have listed in the video description. For Felix and Garet, I made them both into Ronins so they would have access to Quick Strike. That is, well, the final boss is going to be weak to Jupiter, so they can exploit that. I've got Piers as a Beast Lord with the Tier 3 version of the job class, but I only did that so that I could have room to use a Djinn and get my Griffin summon, or, well, not really summon, but my Griffin synergy back there. And let's see, for Ivan, I have him as a Conjurer still, just like with Dullahan, because I want him to have access to both high impact and resist there, and I have him with all my healing items, but I probably won't really need to use a whole lot of those. Let's see, as far as equipment goes, nothing too extraordinary here. I got the Storm Gear from the first game for Felix for some elemental resistances, but that's not absolutely critical. Same thing with the Warrior's Helm or the Spirit Gloves. Wow, he really does have a lot of stuff from the first game, huh? And let's see, Garet, yeah, pretty straightforward there. Got the Trident on him, he could use some Mercury resistance maybe. And let's see, for Piers, yeah, I got the Dragon Scales from the first game there. That might help him out a bit, but otherwise it's pretty straightforward. Got the Trainer's Whip for him, of course, there. But yeah, I definitely want to have access to buffs coming up here because the final boss doesn't have Break. So our buffs will be remotely useful for a change. And yeah, this is what happens if you've already solved all the puzzles in the 4 wings of the lighthouse here. Would have been nice if you could have put that at the front door so we could skip all this nonsense, but I suppose they did want to test us and all that and lock out intruders from breaking the seal that they worked so hard to put in place. What the? Who's there? Oh, well, we got up here. I wouldn't worry about it. Just toss the rock in the hole and we'll be good to go. Yeah, good idea. What's going on? Well, that was the general idea. But who's talking to us? What do you mean? No, not really. Maybe it's just like the essence of alchemy or an evil spirit that was sealed away or something. What the? Oh yeah, he kind of didn't want us to let the seal of alchemy be broken. Well, we kind of met the guy at the beginning of the first game. It's been a few months since then, but yeah. Yeah, they kind of didn't give a damn for the fate of the village. I thought he just diverted it, not prevented it outright, but whatever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would have been a problem. With all the lava and everything. Well, he did. Yeah, we were kind of there. Well, evidently. Well, we didn't do a good job. Well, the world's kind of crumbling away, and people told us that alchemy was responsible, or the seal of alchemy was responsible, so we're just going to go along with it. Well, what do you mean? Well, they kidnapped a lot of people, brought elemental chaos to the entire world, and a few of them have some ideas about taking over the world. I think that kind of deserves death, but we'll just go along with it anyway. Besides, what about the rest of the world? Yes. Do we know that? I thought they said the world was just shrinking. But we'll just go along with it. Let's not argue about this anymore. Well, you don't know that it's nothingness. There might be something under the world. I mean, the water has to go somewhere. Nuts. Besides, I thought you were in charge of, like... Yeah, exactly! I was about to say, yeah, you're kind of the guardian of the world. Yeah, that's kind of a drawback. But Prox doesn't seem to agree with that, so... I don't think you can do that, but good luck to you. Yeah, probably. What do you mean? What water adept? How could I tell without knowing who it is? Oh, yeah. So, what about him? Oh. Well, why is that? Yeah, what difference does that make? How'd he get over there so fast, anyway? He was just at Jupiter Lighthouse. Like, not that long ago. But whatever, we'll just assume that he's there. He can teleport, so that helps. Oh, so that's why they call it Golden Sun. I was beginning to wonder about that after 2 games. Something like that. I was always kind of under the impression that alchemy was the technology or magic using the elements, not the elements themselves, but apparently not. Oh, so that's why he wanted to, well, do all, or break the seal. Nuts. Ha ha. Well, yeah. No, not really, but we're about to anyway. But thou must! Well, aren't we gonna have to deal with Alex, though? I mean, we're the only ones who would be a remote threat to him. Yeah, exactly. So then, what are you doing here, if you can't interfere? Hey, they kind of ran. Oh. Yeah, probably. Okay. Yeah, what are you doing anyway? Well, what do you mean? Miracle on ice? What's the worst he could possibly do? I mean, okay, so he could stop a volcanic eruption. Whoa. 3-headed dragon? I'm totally unprepared for 3. 2 was hard enough as it was. Well, at least at the end of the first game. Yeah, exactly, Garet. I don't know why, I just find this dialogue amusing. For the fate of the world! Even though we can only fight 4 of us at a time, the other 4 of you can cheer us from the sidelines. Well, why not? Yeah, we can't stop now for final boss time! So epic! I love the new final boss music. Okay, we got some buffs to get up here. One nice thing about the Ronin job class is that we have Magic Shield that boosts everyone's elemental resistance by 20. And you can stack it up to, what was it? 80 there. So I'm going to use 2 Magic Shields and Breeze to max out our elemental resistance, since the Doom Dragon here doesn't have Break. We can stack our buffs, and that'll be really useful for us. I actually came up with the idea of using these elemental resistances when I was thinking about how to deal with Venus elemental attacks, because there wasn't a lot of equipment that can help with that. And then I noticed that Ronins had this ability that could really help out with that. Okay, so now, you saw he defended there. The Doom Dragon, there's going to be 3 phases to this fight. But the first, well, he can attack 3 times in a single round, like you can see here. The first action he takes every round is on an 8-action AI script. And one of those actions is Djinn Blast. Let's use Quick Strike for our damage now. Djinn Blast is basically the same thing as a Djinn Storm, but it hits 1 character. Fortunately, he can only use Djinn Blast. He can only use that in the first action of his turn. So I can use Ground or Petra to deal with that, just like I did with Dullahan there. Yeah, I'm not worried about the healing there. Okay, now we are fully buffed up. Good to go. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now he used Defend and Thorn. So I know in the AI script, this is where he would otherwise use Djinn Blast. So let's use Ground to negate that. If he does get it off, it's not the end of the world, but it would be a good idea to just deal with it like this. The only thing is that when the Doom Dragon goes from one phase of the fight to the next, I'm not going to know where it's going to start on the AI script in the next round, because it has a different 8-action AI script for each phase. So it's possible that he might use Djinn Blast in the first thing in the round, and there's nothing I can do about that. But it's, like I said, it's not the end of the world. Well, okay, technically it would be if we lost, but you know what I mean. We can recover from the loss. Yeah, you're better off using Quick Strike than just attacking with the Soul Blade. You deal a little more damage with the Soul Blade, but without without a lot of equipment to boost your crit rate, it's kind of hard to rely on it. So I think on average, Quick Strike is going to be better for you. Another thing about this fight is because each phase has like 4 or 5,000 HP or however much it is. Summons aren't quite as effective because summons are the damage from summons is based on the target's maximum HP. So it's not like Dullahan, where it's going to be based off of 16,000 HP. Nah. Okay, so now we're entering Phase 2. Took out one of the heads. So let's see. Now I want to rebuff, even though I'm already at the cap of my buffs, because the timer, the buffs only last like 6 rounds. So what I like to do is I like to start each phase with rebuffing, so that way once I know where the Doom Dragon is in the AI script, then I can be ready to use ground. Unless it uses ground in the... Unless it uses that in the... Or Djinn Blast in the first round. Okay, it's got Haunt. And... yeah, the next turn, the first thing it'll do is Djinn Blast. So I'll have to have ground ready. If I were caught in a bad situation, like where I needed to heal or have Ivan do something else other than ground, and Djinn Blast was coming up, I have Petra available for Piers, so he could take advantage of that without losing his job class there. That's another reason why I gave him 3 of each elemental Djinn there. But now we've got all our buff timers reset, so we're good to go. Yeah, I want to get rid of Haunt eventually. So the only way I can do that is with, what was that? Salt. Although there is the tonic genie, but I'm not using that right now. So, yeah, don't worry too much about it. I'm thinking if I want to use ground or heal, or like use... Now, let's get ground reset first, because the Doom Dragon could still inflict Haunt on us again. So let's go... maybe I should use this to heal up a little bit. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with that. We don't need to, but I'll play it a little conservative. Yeah, the Doom Dragon has Guard Aura. You could prevent that with Petra or Ground, but I don't like using that all the time like that, because then I'd have to constantly be resetting my Djinn. Okay, this is Cruel Ruin, one of the most devastating attacks in the game as far as raw damage goes. Fortunately though, I have my elemental resistances buffed all the way, so it's not going to hurt us nearly as much. That could deal like easily 500 or 600 damage on everyone if you don't have your elemental resistances buffed there. So you want to watch out for that. Let's see. Okay, do I want to go with salt or... No, I want to heal up first. Let's go with that. And let's see. I think we're good on... Yeah, let's go with Griffin there. Yeah, that ought to be good. I like to heal in the 3rd or 4th round of each phase, so that way I'll be healed up most, if not all the way, going into the next round. Now the thing is, I can't use ground in the first round in a new phase, because I still won't know where the Doom Dragon is going to be in its AI script. So I have to hope that it's not going to use Djinn Blast. Or in the 3rd phase, in this case, it's Djinn Storm, and that could just totally wreck my entire party. He could go Djinn Storm, followed up by Cruel Ruin, you are dead. And yeah, there's just not a whole lot that can be done about that. Even speedruns dread that. Okay, so now I'm using Magic Resist to rebuff there, just to maintain the duration. Or Magic Shield, sorry. Even though it's not boosting the stats at all, it still resets the timer on those. Okay, Dark Soul Gas. That's the first one. So, let's see. Okay. The next attack will either be Earth Force or Guard Aura. It has Dark Soul Gas twice in its AI script. So you want to keep an eye on that. And by the way, as far as resist goes, resist is, I think, identical to magic shield. I don't know why they gave it different names for the exact same thing, but okay. But alright, we've got all our buffs reset and ready to go. Just need one quick heal, and then I think we'll be good for the remainder of the battle there. Yeah, look at that damage from all those Djinn. Okay, Earth Force there. Let's see what we got. Earth Force. Okay, it's going to be a while before it uses Djinn Storm, if it's not already dead by the time I get there. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to keep on throwing Mist Potions, because we'll be able to kill the Doom Dragon long before I run out of those. And it's a lot more effective than whatever that healing synergy Piers had that I almost never use. Ha-ha! Gotcha!